Hello everybody and welcome back to Michael and Sienna. Yes, it's Dad here, DRAF007, taking over for today, bringing you some really exciting stuff here. A preview of the new F1 2020 game. We were lucky enough to get a Steam key for this, so we've got it on early release and wanted to bring you guys, I guess, a bit of a preview of just what F1 2020 looks like, what are the differences from 2019 version, and some of the gameplay as well. Just as a precursor, I'm running this on a pretty low-end PC, so you won't get to see the full, I guess, spec of graphics that it could show, but it's still pretty exciting, and probably more what I'm going to show you today is some of the differences from 2019, which are really very exciting, particularly career mode, where you can create your own team. Really excited for this, guys. I'm a massive F1 fan, and if you are too, you're going to love this game. So let's get into it. So here we are, Formula 1 2020, the official video game. How is it different from the 2019 version of the game, you ask? Well, I'm going to show you probably one of the bigger bits of this, which is with regards to... sorry, my controller just disconnected. With regards to career mode. So, in the 2019 version, your career mode, essentially you started off as an F2 driver and then worked your way into an F1 team, and you can still do that within the 2020 version. However, Team Career is the new big piece for F1 2020, and this is a lot of fun. So I have started this, and my team that I have created is called Team Ralpha Raffa. For those of you that know me well, you would know that I do drive an Alfa Romeo, so I am a fan of the Alfa. People like to call me Ralpha Raffa, given my surname of Raphael. So it made sense. But what is great here is, and I will show you, I guess, focus on this team career to show you, because this is probably the main difference from the 2019 version. If you have seen that, what you will see in here is...
Morning, boss. This week's income from the sponsors has cleared, and we're making good profit against our running costs.
So we're running into round 4, so I've played the first 3 seasons, but just want to show you some of the things that are a bit different about this. So within activities, you can actually, it's not showing there right now because we're about to go to the race, but during the week leading up to the race, there are activities that you can perform for your team. Looking at an overview, if you go to facilities, each of your facilities has, I guess, some specs. So if we go in here to aerodynamics, there are things that we can do within aerodynamics to, I guess, make the parts quicker and more quality, or less chance of failure. And we can do that across all of the different parts. So the aero, the chassis. We've also got personnel, which is about our second driver. So you race as one driver, your second driver, you have to contract a driver to drive for you. So here's some things that we can do to get them up to speed better. Obviously powertrain, same scenario, durability, and then marketing, which is a little bit different as well. So what's really great is you also have to manage contracts and things like that. So research and development is still very similar to the 2019 version. As you can see there, Ralpha Raffa is about the 3rd worst team in the competition at the moment, but we're not that far away from most of the mid-pack, which is pretty cool. Then we can go to our vehicle. That is very similar as well in terms of the specs of how our parts are performing. What is a little bit different is corporate. So you have to get your own sponsors together. So we've got a primary sponsor and 2 secondary sponsors at the moment. As you can see up the top right-hand corner, we are at a level 6 as a team. When we get to a level 10, we'll unlock a 3rd sponsor, and level 20, unlock a 4th sponsor. That's our sponsorships. Then you've got our contracts. So you've obviously got driver 1, which is me, David Raphael. Then driver 2, we've got Dorian Bocciolacci, the Frenchman who's worth $1 million to us. His contract expires on the 6th of July. So what we want to, obviously, as we work through this career, is obviously get better drivers, etc. We have a driver market, and you can see here, most valuable driver, of course, Lewis Hamilton at the moment, $19.5 million is what we would need to get him over or make him an offer. But as you go down, you can see lots of different drivers, that are going to be within our mark shortly, that are free agents. And so these are the kind of guys that we would probably be looking at next, and then moving into someone like a Giovinazzi or a Magnussen to try to steal away from another team potentially next season. We'll see how that goes. But, I guess adding another great element of managing a team. We've got our team balances. We can see what our income is at the moment, what our outgoings are. We're looking okay after the first 3 races because we did pretty well. So you can see the finance history there, and then obviously customization of your team. So your car livery. If we have a look at our car, I'm pretty happy with that. That's looking pretty cool. My Ralph Rafa, black, red, and white are our colours. But obviously you can change all of that up. You can change your characters in terms of what they're wearing, etc. And then we've got our standings at the moment, and after 3 races, we're actually going pretty well. I'm playing this in medium mode for the first season, or medium AI, which will probably help us have a pretty good season, given that I've got some understanding of the game and played it the 2019 version. However, probably when we get to season 2, we'll up that to hard, to then actually have a true reflection of where the team is at. But that is pretty cool. So that is the main, difference between the 2019 and 2020 version. We'll head to the main menu, and just to give you, a bit of to have a bit of a look at what it looks like in actual game mode, we'll grab my favourite car, which is a Ferrari. Let's do that. We will grab a Ferrari and we will go to a new track in Vietnam. Vietnam was meant to be on the horizon this year. Unfortunately, due to coronavirus, that didn't occur. But we'll go into a time trial. We'll hit the 2020 cars. We'll jump into a Ferrari. I'm a fan of the Ferrari. And let's go and hit Vietnam, which is a new track. And let's do a lap in that to show you guys how the game, looks. Obviously very similar to the 2019 version in terms of the actual gameplay and style of game. But definitely fantastic and really, really enjoyable. Certainly recommend it to anyone. Let's do a lap. Great thing is you can also customise, your driver aids. So anywhere from a basic noob to an expert Formula 1 driver, essentially, as these guys have been doing on the esports market. Let's see how we go on a lap. Whoa! Invalidated lap time. Left the track. Really? Let's restart the lap. How did I leave the track? There you go. Talk about being a noob. Let's try that again. Make sure I don't leave the track. Alright, let's go. One flying lap of Vietnam. Make sure that I don't leave the lap. leave the track, I should say. Okay, so far so good. Again, a lovely long straight. Geez, I love this track. I'm actually quite sad that this track isn't going to be raced this year, because being a street track, but it's also got some really long straights, some really tough corners, particularly the third sector, really tough. And you'll kind of see how much I struggle in the third sector. But look at this massive long straight. This would have made for great racing. Really would have. This Ferrari handles beautifully in this game. Much better than probably the real version. And this for me is where it kind of starts to get a bit tricky. This little section here is really, really hard to navigate at speed. See me kind of struggling to hold it together really, and losing time to the next person that I could have beaten, which probably doesn't look like it's going to happen now. Oh, and then I've taken that too deep. But there you go. It's the fastest lap I've done actually on that circuit at 1:40. But that gives you a really, really good insight into the game. It's a lot of fun, let me tell you, and even on a low-end PC like ours, it's actually really quite a bit of quality, guys. So definitely recommend it, F1 2020, and certainly get involved, get your team together, and yeah, start a fantastic career. So guys, I hope you really enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you did, and if you enjoy the content that myself and the kids are bringing to the channel. We're only a couple of 100 hours away from being monetized, and I guess that's a goal for the kids to be able to start making some pocket money. So we'd absolutely love it. Hit a playlist for us, and we will see you next time. Hope you enjoyed this, guys. If you want to see more content, please let us know. Prepare to kind of run a few races through on this game if you enjoyed this, and yeah, we'll go from there. Thanks a lot, guys. Hope you have a fantastic day. We will see you next time. Bye for now.